Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyanam Gyanam Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Purva Vista Supurakam Guru Ganaira Sisya Sambhusitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Sri Rupa Pantanugam Govinda Vidam Ujwalam Baram Tanum Bhaktyamritam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Chadivya Bhagavat Premno Hivija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Bhaganam Valarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Baranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nitim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Bandetam Subhadam Madeka Sharanam Nyasishwaram Sri Dharam Manchakalpatarubhyas Chakrita Sindhuya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktam Namo Mahabhadanjaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tise Namaha. And when long time ago we also learned these mantras to glorify Radha and Krishna. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sutedevi Pranamami Karipriye. Then you are all expecting, you are gathered here. First of all, there was a meeting, an Isti Agosti. Very, very good to have these programs and conduct these programs. I was present last visit, if I remember well, there was an Isti Agosti, and it was I was present here with all of you, and there was a very nice, very nice meeting, and everyone had an opportunity to speak and to say and participate. I cannot remember exactly the subject matters dealt at that time, but I can remember some of you very well participating and giving some your viewpoints on different matters, and everyone at the end, I think, or there was a time where we were asked, every one of us in the room, leading by Srila Janardhan Maharaj, everyone, senior or younger or newer or elder, were asked to say something about the people who were next to us. You are continuing doing that? Yes. That's very nice. Huh? All right, very good. And we all have heard how Srila Govinda Maharaj explained that sometimes during his time as a servitor of Srila Guru Maharaj in the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, they used to have, perhaps after prasadam and noon time, instead of going to everyone to rest or something, they would gather and they would conduct this type of meetings. And then there was sometimes some difference between some devotees, and he said they were asked to say some words, good words about those devotees whom they may not find a good relationship or something. And that those meetings are very good. And now this format was changed, and they asked me, Maharaj asked me to say something. Really, for me, it's a little difficult to speak, and a little more difficult when persons like him is here, and I know, but also at the same time, it's very good that he is here, and if I say something wrong, something not properly according to what we have heard from Sri Guru and Gauranga, and he can correct us. And as well, here is Srila Bhakti Saraswat Maharaj, and they will see that whatever we discuss tonight, it will be properly said. We were in. It took some time not to get this system, this broadcasting. As we said, we are very happy to see that every day now, these morning classes by Maharaj, Srila Janardhan Maharaj, are being broadcasted. Very good, and I know that many devotees, we don't know how many, but devotees all around the world will, whether live or later on after they have their jobs, or they adjust a little bit their time, local time, international time with the schedules here in California. Everyone will happen to see the classes and the topics discussed there. And I don't know if anyone would like to just to start with our class today, or this. If anyone has some question, and if I can say something in regard to that question, then naturally it will give an opportunity for us to say something and remember what we have heard from Sri Guru and Bhagavan. I have spent here these days with all of you, and always is very, for me, it's very, very important, valuable, and inspiring to be here in this community. Many senior devotees and god sisters and their families. That makes a very unique community, blessed so much by Srila Gurudev, by Srila Govinda Maharaj, and also who was in the attention of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, perhaps not the further developed, but he was very much conscious since the beginning, when Maharaj the other day mentioned when it was established here by Sripad Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj, the first temple, and maybe in San Jose. So there was also, Srila Sridhar Maharaj was also conscious of that, and therefore we always regard this community, particular those who are acquainted with the history of our modern times of the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math under the guidance of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, but of course more at the time of Srila Govinda Maharaj. We cannot but regard our community here as one of the key communities in our worldwide communities of devotees around the world. Yes?
Scriptures we keep reading about the stringent laws of material nature, and I'm wondering, is that like the Ten Commandments?
What is the question is what?
What are the stringent laws of material nature?
The
Stringent laws of material nature.
Oh, what is the cause of that?
No, what are they? When we read about the stringent laws of material nature, what does that mean?
Stringent.
Strict laws.
What does that mean?
That's what she's asking. Saraswati gave.
Well, in some way, these laws obey certain nature, certain disposition arranged from the very beginning for the material phenomenon, or the material universe or material creation. And law, what is the English meaning of the word law?
Just the principle, the rules, what is going on in the material nature, how does it function, why is it called stringent, strict?
I mean the enforcement of what? Huh? No, but in English it's enforcement of, huh?
I can give an example.
Yes. No.
Prabhupada used to say that fire will burn. The fire is not thinking whether it's an experienced man or a young child who's playing with the fire. The fire will burn. This is just a principle. Fire will burn. So, then when we say that the laws of material nature, the karma, reaction, action, reaction, they're like that. It's not like it's going on. And sometimes, the material nature, we can see that it can be very difficult. And sometimes we see, especially Christians and others, they're confused about that. They think, well, if there's a just God, why is he allowing so much hardship and difficulties and wars and famine and cruelty going on in this material world? That much mean to prove that there's no God. That's what some people say. So, the Sureshwar is asking, what does it mean when it says this phrase, which we read in books, the stringent laws of material nature? What does that mean? How does that apply?
Very good. I would just like to ask whether Sureshwari or Maharaj or anyone here in the room, if anyone can give a definition of law, the word law in the English language. That is the question about the law or no? Laws of material.
What does the phrase mean? What is it? What's the idea behind this phrase?
No, I know, Maharaj, but I would like to continue with the question. I would like just to understand first of all, not for the general understanding here in the room, law in the English language. What is?
It's a noun, the system of rules that a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members.
Bah.
Oh, you ready?
Huh? Then, if you take out from that the country or the community, and you put the universe, you have a very nice explanation there. That this universe, as any other organized element or body or system, has some law within it. Sometimes scientists has proposed that everything has come out from some disorganized, casual, whimsical type of origin, But then some of them also are now more modern age scientists. They are not so much anymore supporting that point of view, that everything came from the Big Bang. Rather, seeing so many perfected systems working within the material creation, there must be some organized, some system, organized behind this material machinery. Therefore, in the superficial way, we may think, all right, there are some laws, and again, can you read that?
The same one. Again.
Yes, same.
The system of rules that a particular country or community
Or universe, or material creation.
recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and may enforce by the imposition of penalties.
And
may be enforced by the imposition of penalties.
Now, if we only target that aspect of laws, I mean the stringent laws of material nature, and we also gather that point, it will be very sad to see that we have been put in a prison house and there is no positive perspective for our development. Definitively, we are here because we have selected a wrong, we have done it a wrong decision. We have taken a wrong decision before. when we think about that, of course, no, it's like somebody flunked the test or the exam. And we may think, well, many people are here. It was just few may have passed the test. But then we find out in the scriptures that no, there was just very little number or percentage of those who failed the examination. And those who failed the examination, we are among those. And those are which we are here together. No? Naturally, devotees are not in that. No, the devotees are now having this beautiful perspective, coming to the point of understanding that the other side of this material creation or the laws, if we only target that point to have some penalty and to be enforced with some penalty because of our wrong actions, naturally it will be like not very positive or very hopeful perspective. But we have heard from the scriptures that this universe has also a superior meaning for the jiva soul, and that is to correct his before or after or previous determination, selection of choice, and to direct now in the proper direction, which means considering himself not the owner or the exploiter of this material energy, but rather the servant of the master of the material energy, which is the Lord himself. Then now while we are here, like in any other system, there must be some regulations, some ordained system, and some penalties for those who, and we heard, as Maharaj was explaining, karma, action, reaction. This is a way how penalties are imposed here, by this action and reaction and all these mechanical type of situations where we are being, where we receive some results out of our own actions. These are reactionary. Sometimes in the books of Srila Guru Maharaj, we hear that there are some, this plane is a reactionary plane. Why? Because it's always generating some reaction. It has to compensate. We take something, we have to pay for that. And there are so many examples of that, like we all have heard this very nice example of a person by its own weight floating and reaching the superior or upper seats in the material existence, and then exploiting others who are in a lower position. But when we are doing that, then naturally we became also taxed with some reaction, with some penalty or some money to pay, and then naturally that makes one wait a little bit and goes by its own weight. It will go down, and then it will let this superior position, and then he will be with accumulation of the debt, and that's why he will go down. And when he's down, then others who are in a superior position, they will at the same time use him or her, and then they will in that way pay their debt, accumulated debt. But once this is find out and discovered, then naturally one say, well, I don't know how many times I have been up and down in this elevator, going to a superior position and then a lower position, but I think that is not conducive to anywhere. That is like a cycle. Then those who understand, the other day we were reading in Jairam's and Abba's house at the time of Bhagavad Gita. Mike?
Don't touch it, it makes noise.
Ah, okay. The other day when we were at Ava's and Jairam's house, and we were discussing about, reading Bhagavad Gita, we were right there in that chapter, no? And then Arjuna was asking, "Oh, what are what is the Kshetra? Where is this plane where the activities are, or the soul is doing these activities within this material plane?" And also Kshetragnya, who is the knower of that field. And then what is knowledge proper? And then when all these questions are being answered by Krishna, then you find out that he is trying to tell Arjuna that through this knowledge, the practice of this knowledge, what it is considered knowledge, then you may know and find out how to overcome this plane of material existing, which is governed and enforced by this law, stringent law of material nature, and how you can go and connect yourself with this prospect of knowing yourself as a servitor of the Lord and discover this land of your dreams, this domain of the Lord, and how by their grace, the grace of the Vaishnava and Guru and Vaishnava, we can all participate there. And the laws in that domain are based perhaps with another vision, and it has been described as the plane proper for the jiva soul, where the jiva soul can find full satisfaction and so the stringent, the laws here in this material world had this primary function, to rule and to see the activities of the souls participating here and enforce whatever result they need to receive, whether good or bad. But if we see it with a more positive side, then naturally it will prevent us also from doing, in order for us to come as soon as possible to be aware of the nature of this domain, who has been explained to us by the saints, by the Vaishnavas, by Gurudev, where the soul has a part and position to play. Yes. Sure.
When you're referring to the strict laws of material nature, one thing that immediately comes to mind, Maharaj was speaking about karma, etc., is Newton's 3 laws of motion. And these are laws that are intrinsic to material nature. They're not set up by the Congress of people. They're not put into action by posts, etc. But this is the way that the material universe is structured. First, Newton's first law, an object in motion tends to, object at rest tends to remain at rest unless acted upon by an outside source. An object in motion, we must maintain it motion. And more importantly, for what we're considering here, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, which is sometimes referred to as karma. And this is also a feature of the material world. And these laws of karma, these strict laws of material nature, are sometimes codified in the Veda. Veda means know this. This is given, something coming through from the upper realms, Veda Vyasa, etc. And these are the laws that Arjuna is referring to when he's refusing to fight in the battle. He's saying if we go and we kill our elders, our relatives, our teachers, then the whole dynasty going to the affectionate interaction between the Lord and his devotees. So, anyway, that's kind of
Very good, very good.
Talking about love and material nature. Also, that because we are in this material body, we have imperfect sense. We are propense to commit mistakes, and so many, but and limited ability that we have. So we learn in our philosophy that we depend on mercy. So since you're here, Maharaj, I humble beg by your mercy that we can just have a drop of your sweet nature, your humility, and your proper disposition to honor and to offer respect. And because we are completely disqualified by our own ability.
I feel the same. I feel the same. Completely disqualified. And the question?
The question is that only I heard that one of Goswami Maharaj's class, he was explaining that only when we have connection with something greater, we can develop a drop of humility. And because we are so disqualified, we just need mercy to be connected with something great.
So there's
Well,
question, is there a question in this?
My question is just to beg for mercy that
Yes,
your
yes.
blessing.
No, good. I may take this question just to answer the first question.
No, certainly our aspiration is not the plane of law, but now we find out, because of the association of the sadhus, we find out that there is mercy, no? And mercy is above law, justice. Then, naturally, this is a more positive and hopeful plane for all of us to live and to aspire for, the mercy of the Lord, the mercy of His devotees. And it has been said that the only thing that it is available, mercy, the plane of mercy is available to everyone, and it is in the books, and it is we have one way or other we have heard that from the words of Srila Gurudev, how the plane of mercy is given to everyone. But there is one thing who can prevent us from receiving it. If we go and apply in the office of justice, then naturally we will have so many debts, so many wrong things to respond for that, or to and perhaps we have more demerits than merits. Demerit, you say? Demerits than merits. But therefore, this is not the proper office to go and apply for some well-being, for some good, oneself good. But we have been recommended, no, you don't go there to that office, you go to the office of mercy. That is a more broad way. Because mercy means that even though I may be not, or I may not deserve that beautiful gift that the Lord wants to give and to partake with His creatures, with His jivas, still one can receive that beautiful thing. And one of the things that it can make us illegible, ineligible, not eligible for that mercy, is that we will be, think wrong about some other personalities who are also, like myself, asking for that mercy. That is the only thing who can stop myself from obtaining that gift given by the office of mercy. Then it says that if I am a little jealous or a little angry or a little envious of somebody who is receiving that grace, and I think that why this grace is given to him, why is not given to me? I have done more merits, I have done more this, I deserve this, but now I'm seeing that the person who I consider is very low, then naturally that she is receiving this. Why is that? Very, very improper, very unjust. Then that is the only thing which one can disqualify oneself for obtaining that mercy. Otherwise, mercy will be given to everyone. But this is a test, or it is a test, so that we may be prepared, or we may try to correct ourselves, and not to be envious of those who are receiving the grace of our guardians and of our authorities, of the Lord Himself. And if we are happy with that, seeing everyone being dispensated the grace except maybe myself, then that will be a good qualification to one day receive that grace. And
a form of mercy, though, if you can be happy by the devotees around you giving mercy, if that can bring you some joy, this is also mercy, right?
yes, but generally we don't act like that, and we are feeling always very judging, that why, and making the calculator, why he received such grace and not myself, but that won't be good. That will be the only thing which hypocrisy, Maharaj is saying, that will be the quality or the disqualification for myself to receive that grace. And there is one verse who in the sikshashtakam, which you all know, of course, aslisya va padaratam pinastumam adarshanam marma hatam karotuba. That sloka, the last sloka of the sikshashtakam of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of his 8 instructions, he himself did not wrote many books, but he empowered his followers to write abundantly about devotion. And therefore we have, through his followers, many books, many testimonies, from the life of the Lord, from his precepts, which show the divine realm, the inhabitants of that realm, the associates of the Lord, how they render their activities, what is their love divine, like that. But he himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, did not wrote extensively. But these 8 instructions and some other slokas may be attributed to him. And in that last verse of the sikshashtakam, he's saying that it doesn't matter if you respond to me favorable or lovingly, or reject myself. You will always be the Lord of my heart. The Lord is expressing that in the sentiment of the best servitor of the Lord, Srimati Radha. But that expression, also when we heard something about that expression, we heard from Gurudev how sometimes even the point will be a little distasteful, as somebody who in front of him, he has come with a beautiful offering, with a beautiful flowers or otherwise some other objects to be offered, and in front of him the Lord is taking that and he's stepping on them, and he's not accepting that, and accepting perhaps the offering of another person. But if we can develop one way or other by a good association, by those devotees who have that tendency, that who have received that grace and who are practicing this devotional life, who are engaging in the service of Sri Gurudev with that mentality, and if we can see from them and try and pray that sometime we will acquire that attitude, then it will be most fortunate. And that is a very good qualification to see suddenly that what is happening, some golden, some very beautiful, some very effulgence is coming, what is happening? I received the grace. Or noticing or illustrate?
Yes, right now, look, grace personified.
No, we are.
Where, like you say, would you feel envious that somebody's receiving grace? So how does grace show up?
How does that grace show up? No, I mean, I can feel envy, I can feel envy many times, and I need to check that out and correct that. Otherwise, that will be my own obstacle. Generally, material mentality tries to make so many responsible for my own condition. But we have heard from Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas in this line of Mahaprabhu that no, it is not like that. It is my own fault. And I should not try to put mud in the face of others, but always to try as best as possible to recognize my own involvement in my own situation. I have received my present situation because of my activities, as we were saying, originally with the laws of karma.
What can an aspiring devotee do, even if it's delusion, if they feel that, like in the sikshashtakam, they're being trampled underfoot? Should be like, Jai, give me more, or could you say, like, maybe lay off a little? Any advice?
No, it is true. Sometimes excuse me. Sometimes to answer these questions, naturally, first of all, you have many different personalities and different qualities also of answers, and maybe perhaps when giving these classes or this answer to these questions, naturally one may project his own prejudices or his own condition or whatsoever, and it may come to not a very clarified answer. But there are also some examples where this is the ideal. These are the ideals, But and now naturally we will feel, oh boy, I am very far away from that idea. What to do? Then what I'm going to do? Well, maybe it is not worth it, to try, because I'm feeling when I see all these things I need to do in order to correct myself, I'm going to get disappointed, or I'm going to get not so inspired to do that. But then naturally, by the association of other God brothers and God sisters, by the association of the servitors of Gurudev, by the association of Gurudev and the Vaishnavas, then we will be inspired, to give up that negativity, that mentality, and continue because the goal has been presented as the most valuable goal ever, or any proposal has been who has existed can have. There are so many proposals from the material point of view, and also even from the spiritual point of view. You know, sometimes it is shocking to find out that, oh, we should not aspire for Vaikuntha. And then sometimes we will say, even Vaikuntha, I mean, for me it will be very good. Even Vaikuntha, I don't mind. Something like that. But no, but that means that even in the spiritual realm, reality, that's what it is, a reality, such a reality, then we are being inspired of being a little discriminating and aspire for that what the Lord has come to finally to give us. You don't know even what it is good for you, but I know everything, and believe me, Arjun, no, have a little confidence in me. I love you very much. Just accept what I'm saying. Still, our mentality will like put us distant of that embrace that the Lord wants to give to the soul, to the fortunate soul, and we will sometimes take irrational actions or steps, doing something which is not valuable or not conducive to devotion. No? And anukulyena bhakti anukul means that things which are favorable for devotion. Then sometimes, no, there is one story about the frogs. It is one fable, Aesop fable perhaps, and Srila Seva Maharaj is giving that example. That some frogs are saying to the boys, because there were some little kids throwing rocks or pebbles to the frogs, you know, and joking. You know? But the frogs are like protesting and say, "Hey boys, what it is joke for you, it is death for us. It is a thing of life and death for us." So, and Srila Seva Maharaj was using that same comparison to apply for the sadhaka, for the practitioner of devotion, saying that, oh Krishna, no, watch out, no, what it is joke for you, what it is play for you, may be like, no, yeah, torture for me, no. Then, so there are so many things, but the ideal have been presented to us to inspire us, not to how do you say? Para perder el ánimo, not to lose yes, not to be discouraged, On the other hand, we have heard so many times in different aspects of our devotional practice, if you are chanting the holy name, you have to continue chanting. Oh, but I'm committing offenses, then I'm going to stop chanting. No, that is not the process. The process is you continue. No? And if we can have this fortune to continue with this prospect, sooner or later, if we are sincere, and if we are sincere and chaste, then Sri Gurudev, the Vaishnavas, will have compassion of us, and we will be redeemed from our present condition. But it is always like that. Sometimes, no, it is maybe we hear Shivananda Sena reacting to the kick of Nityananda Prabhu, but it is not so easy. Sometimes somebody comes and kicks us all, and kick. If somebody kicks me, then I'm going to be very angry.
I don't know that real, but did you not like being kicked by Nityananda? Because it sounds like a pretty good deal.
No.
Ah, there you go.
No, he was the way he acts captures, melts the heart of Nityananda Prabhu by the things he says. He starts glorifying Nityananda Prabhu and put himself in as a guilty of that. The other day I was explaining that, and Maharaj said that because he went to his wife, she was crying because Nityananda Prabhu caused his children to die, no? because Shivananda Sena put him in those inconveniences. No? When Shivananda Sena goes to his wife and starts saying, but no, if Nityananda Prabhu course, then let Nityananda Prabhu course be established.
Yes, our son should die for all the inconveniences God has.
Yeah, for all the inconveniences. So in his prayers, he's not presenting any at all wrongdoing from Nityananda, but he is presenting himself as the person who caused these inconveniences for him. It is such a beautiful section of the narration that the Lord finally embraced him. Naturally, he gives his grace. At the same time, also, there is one little boy, I don't know who he was, nephew, the nephew of Shivananda Sena, that he didn't like, that Nityananda Prabhu, one way or other, abused his uncle, and he went a little angry to tell Gauranga Mahaprabhu what happened. And we can see, no? Anyhow, yes, practices.
When he went to Mahaprabhu, he ran ahead. The other group got to ahead of the group, and then he went and he was offering his dandavats to Mahaprabhu, but he has cloth on his upper body. He's not supposed to have that. And somebody actually started to correct him, and then Mahaprabhu says, "Don't correct him. Can't you see he's in his third state of mind?" So then the boy understood. Oh, Mahaprabhu knows everything. I don't have to say anything. Because when he was reacting to Nityananda Prabhu kicking Shivananda said, because he had to wait in the town without eating, and there's no facilities for anyone. And Nityananda kicked him. And then Nityananda said, "Oh." I mean, Shivananda Sen was so thankful for getting Nityananda's grace. And then Nityananda was pleased by that. What I like in Akroda Paramananda says, the great personality, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, is free from anger and full of transcendental ecstasy. He wanders throughout the towns free from false pride and arrogance. So it says free from anger, but he did get angry at Shivananda Sen and kicked him, but that's all Leela. It's nice.
Very good. Very good. So we have also heard that in that regard, as what we may think is abusive, we have been heard. This in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur saying something like, and those who don't like to read this book, maybe Maharaj knows or Pavan Maharaj knows better the quotation. Thank you. But for those who don't, how is that remark, Maharaj? For those who don't like to read and to hear from Chaitanya Bhagavat, then
I kick their faces. With my left foot. All right, I was not acquainted with that. But that is some type of declaration. Then, it's very difficult, to swallow that, to accept that, and with humility, But then, Srila Srila Maharaj explained that once he saw Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur having some positive point of view out of that, what it can be said, it is an abusive action by some of the, not just some practitioners, no, some of the, we may say, eternal associates of Lord Nityananda, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. And then he said that Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur mentioned at that time that, yes, that may be some way in which the Lord will be giving some special dispensation for those who may be offended by such remark. As when somebody has a son or a daughter and somebody comes to complain with the parents for the actions, naughty action or improper action of their son, of their children, and then the father is going to compensate that person. Oh, you please excuse my, this is just a small child. He doesn't know what he's doing. Let me compensate you, for whatever he has done wrong to you. Then that person will receive some special grace. That was the point of view of Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. Then Srila Seva his explanation.
That was that how it is possible that these personalities have no negativity vision at all from whatsoever thing we may find as improper in the scriptures, or abusive, or things which cannot be adjusted. Maybe yes, because our mentality, it is still, for one's own mentality, it is still full of the defects, or the anarthas, or the deficiencies of a pure heart. But those who have that heart and that vision, they always can adjust, and withdraw from any situation, from any instance. For example, a very nice act of inspiration. In other words, sometimes says, oh, how is that Krishna killed that person because he did not want to give him some cloth, or like that. But those who are explaining the scriptures, we need very much their association, because we will have a proper understanding of it, according to our own development. We need to be patient and not to desperate, because if we desperate in the middle course of our determination to achieve finally the grace of Sri Gurudev and the Vaishnavas, then we may lose, maybe the goal was already at the corner of the, then we should try never to discourage ourselves from this beautiful goal that everyone has selected and received by the grace of the Lord, by the grace of the campaign of the Lord and his devotees. They have come very beautifully to give out, not to sell the merchandise with a price that we cannot acquire. No, the Lord doesn't want to return, as he's explaining. He doesn't want to return with the merchandise he has brought, and he wants to distribute that. And seeing that there is not so much interested, then he's making he's taking some very risky steps in his business, and he's saying, all right, I'm going to give out some ¿cómo se dice? Muestras?
Samples.
Some samples for free. Then I will generate some enthusiasm, and then when they taste, and they develop some, then that will be different. But in the beginning, I will not wait so that they will purchase this, because no, I will give them for free. That is his desperate campaign.
There are some examples about that, how things which are maybe considered to be very negative and who may discourage our attempt to serve Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas are explained in a very positive way by those who are the representatives of the Lord. Then not to discourage, on the contrary, to have patience. Like we have heard that example of the woman that she has been pregnant, and suddenly she wants the baby just come out in the first month. No, you have to wait. You have to wait, to have patience, because it will take 9 months, 8 months, or 10 months. It will wait. You have to wait till the result is fully developed. Then it will be proper time. Then it is not that, no, sometimes by our whim or by our impatience, we want the Lord to serve ourselves. And why you are not showing to us or to me? Why I am not becoming more advanced, or why this or why that? But that is like as much as to engage him in my service. But that should not be. It should be on the opposite. That I should be serving him and not expecting anything. Then, no, just let him know that I have heard from his devotees that he is our Lord and Master, and I want to make that phrase, that ideal, myself also, my own ideal, and I would like to start getting that attitude of serving him and serving his devotees. And there are some obstacles, there are some differences, there are some this and that. But these are very trifling matters when the devotees start considering what precious and how valuable is the goal he has put in front of his life. But now we were talking about this thing of Arendum, and I don't know if what she left, what Vaishnavi was asking. She was asking about, yes, the grace. She's still here? All right, so
Stick around when you ask your questions. Stick around.
The question was what?
To illustrate.
Illustrate.
When you said that we shouldn't be envious of the grace that somebody else has received.
Yes.
So I mean, I need to see an example in order for me to understand. Like, what will be a grace that is being given to
Well, you
somebody?
see, yes. See, Chaitanya Charitamrita, for example, no? I will say later on some things that we saw also from Gurudev. But Chaitanya Charitamrita, sometimes the Lord is glorifying Rupa Goswami, and he's testing Swarup, Damodar, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Roy, and when he's glorifying him, he's seeing what is the response of them. And what they are saying is nothing but support, giving some support to that glorification. No? Giving support to that glorification. Being happy that the Lord is describing the qualities, exceptional qualities of one of his servitors. No? The other devotees are extremely happy of that, and they are also contributing to that glorification. And when we arrived, when we came to the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, naturally, we saw how sometimes, how Srila Govinda Maharaj himself, he was giving so much recognition to some personality, to some of our God brothers or God sisters. And when they say, no, I think that it is a little exaggeration, Gurudev or Maharaj, and then he will say, no, it is my duty to do so. It is my purification to do so, my opportunity to purify myself to do so. No? Not to think that otherwise. But how much they are giving recognition to any sincere attempt from the devotees who are approaching them with their in their hands with some offering or some service, valuable service. So many of you have done through the years very valuable service and have come very near to Srila Govinda Maharaj and Sridhar Maharaj and serve them. And now, naturally, we have also, they are not perhaps here, but there is Srila Acharya Maharaj, and here we have Srila Janardhan Maharaj, and so many of our God brothers and God sisters that they are serving. Then how can we appreciate them, no? And recognize their service? Then if we find some attitude of that, then should be very, very good, very valuable.
I had a question.
Yes.
So many times in the songs of Bhakti Thakur, translations are like very from like a viewpoint of very like fallen, humble devotee. You often hear the phrase like, Bhakti Kandi, like crying because of like so much suffering in this material world. The other day I was reading the translation to the song Atma and nivedana, and it's like really, really happy and like a kind of joyful song. I was wondering if you could speak something about that. So, Art, would you like to read it?
Yes, Atma Nivedana by Srila Bhakti Thakur. Especially from this song, which as Nimai Nilamani Prabhu is requesting some explanation. The fourth shloka is very, very, very positive, and it says, "Troubles encountered in your service." He is saying about the service of the Lord, in your service, referring to the Lord. "Troubles encountered in your service shall be the cause of great happiness. For in your devotional service, joy and sorrow are equally great riches. Both destroy the misery of ignorance." Very nice. No? That is the fourth shloka. But I'm going to read the full song. I have Atma Nivedana by Srila Bhakti Thakur. Shall I read or only the translation? Only translation. Atma Nivedana tua pade kori hoinu parama sukhi. Dukkha dure gelo chinta na rohilo chaudike ananda deki. I have become supremely joyful by surrendering myself at your holy feet. Unhappiness has gone away, and there are no more anxieties. I see joy in all directions. Ashoka abhaya ambrita adara, tomara charana doaya, tahate ekona vishrama loviya, charinu bhavera bhai. Your two lotus feet are reservoirs of immortal nectar, where one may live free from sorrow and fear. I have found peace there now and have given up fear of worldly existence. Worldly existence. Tomara samsare korivo sevane, nahivo palera vagi, tava sukha jahe korivo jatana, hoye pade anuragi. I shall render service in your household and not endeavor to enjoy the fruits of that service, but rather I shall strive for whatever pleases you, fully devoted to your holy feet, to your lotus feet. Tomara sevaya dukkha hoya jato, seoto parama sukha, seva sukha dukkha parama sampada, nasoye avidaya dukkha. Troubles encountered in your service shall be the cause of great happiness, for in your devotional service, joy and sorrow are equally great riches. Both destroys the misery of ignorance. Purva itihasa biluni sakal seva sukha peye mane. amito tomara tumito amara, kikaya apara dane. I have completely forgotten all past history by feeling great joy in my mind. I am most certainly yours, and you are indeed mine. What need is there of any other treasure? Bhaktivinoda Anande Dubija, Tomara Sevara Tore, Sava Chesta Kore, Tava Icha Mata, Takiya Tomara Gore. Bhaktivinod, during, diving into the ocean of bliss, devotees all his efforts for your service, devotes all his efforts for your service and dwells in your house according to your wishes.